Okay, once again, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, happy post-LEDucation. It was so great to see so many friendly faces this week over in New York City. I personally am tired, so I apologize in advance for my appearance. It's not as polished as it usually is. However, it was a great time. We saw a lot of great folks. We got to show off a lot of our new products, some of our upcoming products, and some of our concept cars. However, I have a lot of products that we're going to cover today that are a lot of line extensions or slight tweaks to existing product families. So I have a very, very big list. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, we did send out a rep sample this month.
Leslie, you're on mute.
I am talking and somebody muted me. I quit. I'm done. Show over. Just kidding. Kevin, stay on top of things. Just kidding. Anyways, I like canless, trimless. This is the new product that everybody should have received in their sample box this morning. Not this morning. I got mine yesterday. Hopefully you'll have yours here shortly. Our I Like Canless Trimless has a 4-inch aperture size. However, if you actually look at the spec sheet, the aperture on the light source itself or the trim is 3.25 inches. So some people might call that a 3-inch. Some people might call that a 4-inch. Call it what you want. It is available. It is in stock. It's got 1,100 lumens. Again, your sample. If you haven't received it already, so please keep your eyes out for that one. Next, DN on that, when you put it all together with the mud plate, the trim, the LED module, the driver, the DN works out to be 6680. So again, there could be some slight variation depending on which trim you use, but for the basic trim that I have, and I'm holding in my hand right now, we're looking at 6680 DN for our new I Like Canless Trimless. So that's a really good one, and we're super excited about having that one on our line. Again, it is in stock. It is ready to ship, so you guys can go out there and start placing orders for it today. Next up, we have our Contractor Series discs. So the discs, now we have them available. They're in stock. They're ready to ship with the black trim. So we have both white and we have black trim now with our Contractor Series discs. We will be adding a black trim kit. So a trim kit, meaning that it'll be like a snap-on piece thing later this year for some of our other items within the Contractor Series. However, on the discs specifically, which is the most popular item within our Contractor Series, we have it available with now both black and white, and an updated version of that price list will be available in the coming weeks. Next up, not shipped to you, but in stock and ready to ship, would be our brand spanking new 2-foot wrap. Our 2-foot wrap is a nice addition to our wrap product family. It is one that has been requested specifically for things like passageways at launch, which it's currently in stock and ready to ship. This item is just the base item. In the future, we will have it available with both the motion sensor and the EM, but that'll be coming later this summer. Right now, we just have the base item, which is the wrap. It is wattage and lumen selectable with lumen packages of 2,000, 2,600, and 3,100 lumens, 16 watts, 20 watts, and 34 watts. It is DLC listed, and we will have it available with an EM and a motion sensor coming later this summer. But we didn't want to hold back and delay the launch on it any further. We have these items in stock. We are not shipping samples to everybody. So if you need a sample or you would like a sample of the 2-foot wrap, please make sure you get an order in. The DN on this 2-foot wrap is $39.95. So DN $39.95 on the brand new 2-foot wrap, which we'll be sending a mass email out on next week, probably Tuesday. Next up, we have our up-down cylinder. Our up-down cylinder is now available with a tri-mode driver, meaning that it can do tri-, ELV, or 0 to 10 volt dimming. So that is something that we've been getting requests on out in the field with our up-down cylinders. Those are the ones that have the lumen selectable and the color selectable, and they go up and down. It's our one outdoor rated fixture that everybody knows and loves. We now have that available in the tri-mode drivers. The DN on that product is now updated to $99.95 because that driver is slightly more expensive than the one that was in it previously. However, it has more capabilities and it helps to take that guesswork out when you're going into some different applications with that one. That is also available currently, so it's in stock, ready to ship, and you can go ahead and start getting orders for that one. Next, another product addition. Another great add-on that a lot of people have asked for is a specular black trim for pearl and iolite. So we now have a specular black trim available on both the pearl and the iolite. The specular black helps to reduce the glare, and we do recommend that you utilize the frosted lens when you're using that specular black trim, just to help make sure that you get the right type of punch out of it. And the DN on that trim is 2050. So that is also in stock and ready to ship if you have a project or an application needing a specular black trim on your iolite or your pearl. The next one is kind of confusing. And I say it's kind of confusing because, again, it's an upgrade / addition. So we now are offering additional emergency driver options in both our Sapphire and our cylinder line. We're doing this because it helps with different mounting options of that EM and where you can place the test switch. So if you were at Dallas Market back in January, you saw our big cylinder and we had the EM integrated into the unit itself. It wasn't sitting above the ceiling or mounted in a weird place. It was actually integrated into the inside of the cylinder and that reflector. It's now available. In the Sapphire, it actually can mount slightly differently so that it's not like a remote mount anymore. There is an upcharge on that. And my biggest word of caution is if you've got questions or you're unsure, we do have an emergency driver compatibility chart on the website that you can check out and see and figure out which one is the best fit for your application moving forward. Because the new EMI2 or EI2, whatever, all letters are very confusing. It's been a very, very long week. Does have a significant upcharge in the DN on it. So just make sure that you're picking the right one when you're going out, but it does offer a lot of different variety as far as mounting options and compatibility as we continue to offer more EM-ready products out for you in the field. Next up, now this is something a little different for Nora. We don't normally do this, but we are now going to be offering 277-volt track and a select few 277-volt track heads. Now, so with that, it's going to be slightly different in the sense that we're not stocking 6 months worth of inventory on 277-volt track in our warehouse. These items will be long lead time. They will be ready to order. They're not quite made to order because they are in a warehouse. They're just not in our warehouse. So as you get orders for these, they will have a longer lead time on them. It's not crazy, but it ranges between 4 weeks and 12 weeks, depending on what your configuration is. So the more time and the more planning that you can get on those types of projects, the better we can help assist you as far as making sure that we have that. Now, if it blows up and we start seeing tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of requests on that 277-volt track options, we will start to stock it in California. But right now, it seems like it's very niche and very specific, but we wanted to make everybody aware that we do have that. We do have access to it. It can be available. You just have to wait a little longer and work with our quotes team on the pricing on that one. So just if you get a request for 277-volt track, send them on over, send them on in. We can now help you with those options moving forward. Another very niche item that is not going to be in stock at Nora is a turtle-friendly amber step light. So we have this, it's ready. It's actually stocked with our partner in San Francisco. We have it available. If you live in an area of the country where you need turtle-friendly product, we have the turtle-friendly step light available for you. Again, it's a couple weeks to get it. So it's not being stocked currently at Nora. If we start to see crazy demand because the turtles are going crazy out there in Florida and the Carolinas and wherever else you guys need turtle friendly, we will potentially make a change and start stocking it. But just to get things started, we're gonna have it. It's, gonna be slightly longer lead time just because, but I think it's only a couple of weeks on this one, 2 to 3 max on getting the turtle friendly. Again, it's niche. It's something that we want to be able to offer, but it does follow the Florida Wildlife Code for the turtles. So there's that one as well. So again, like I said when we started the call, when I may or may not have been on mute, lots of new product additions to our families. A lot of more stuff is coming down the pipeline. Please keep your eyes out and be on the lookout for your IO-Light canless trimless box because that was shipped out to everybody. Additionally, we have a lot of updated literature pieces that kind of coincide with a lot of this different stuff that we're continuing to add on or launch or continue to grow our product line. So please make sure you're grabbing the right spec sheets and the right product brochures off of our website as we continue to move forward and launch even more stuff. With that being said, I know I talked very quickly and I covered a lot of things. Are there any questions?
Leslie, I've got a question. This is Mike Elford. Do we have the ability, you keep mentioning a partner, do we have the ability on certain jobs to get a built or assembled in America certificate on any of our product?
No.
Like, do we have a partner that could do that in the United States?
No.
Okay.
Why do you have to ruin my day, Mike?
Sorry.
No. So we actually, this is a topic that keeps coming up. So no, none of our products would actually qualify for made in America just because all of our products utilize mostly foreign components. We are continually working with our team to get a BAA, TAA compliant products. There's a lot of internal debate on what actually qualifies. We have utilized third-party resources to get better definitions on that. And we're hoping to have a handful of things that, you could say that US assembled or assembled in the United or finished in the United States with foreign components. Tricky language there. But yeah, we're working towards that. We continue to work towards that. I know I have another meeting next week where that's probably going to come up one more time. But we're continuing to push to get that for you guys. And we also know that there's a lot of stuff out in the marketplace that is mislabeled. So we have to compete against that. But it is what it is. Other questions that won't ruin my day? I'm kidding. I think I'm funny today because I'm tired. If you were at LEDucation, you feel the same way probably. So anything else from anyone else? Again, IO-Light Contractor Series discs in black, 2-foot wrap, up-down cylinder with tri-mode driver, different emergency options for sapphire and cylinder, specular black trim for pearl and IO-Light, 277 volt track, turtle friendly lights. And there's even more coming down the pipeline as the year continues. I know I have a lot of great meetings with engineering when I'm going to be out in California next week. And I know they have a lot of great new stuff always coming down the pipeline for us. I know our marketing team does a great job to make sure that we have all of that product on the website, all of the files, everything you might need. It is all either on the website today or it's going to be added in the next week. So be on the lookout for all of that good stuff. Anything else from anyone else? Cool. Kevin said, yes, it's all on the website or will be on the website in the next week. So we're good to go. Again, it's a lot of good stuff. The black discs are in stock right now, so you can go ahead and snag that availability off of NetSuite. Instead of the MPW at the end, it's a B. So it's on the Contractor Series discs. Again, we only did the discs to start. We will have black trim kits in the future for the retrofits and even in the canvas. It's pretty cool. I saw that last time I was at Nora and it's pretty cool. Cool. Well, if there's nothing else from anyone else, I hope everybody has a great rest of their Friday. And thank you.